Our final innovation in today's slam comes from Dr. Gregory Grefenstette. I hope I said that correctly. He's Chief Scientific Officer of the US-based startup Biggerpan. And after developing an AI browser that can guess your next steps online, Biggerpan's next step is devices that will predict your intentions just by hearing your voice. And he's going to tell us more. So there's your clock, and take it away.
OK, thanks. Technology. We all use it every day, and technology has profoundly changed human life. And as an AI researcher, I have good news. Technology is going to dramatically improve our way of dealing with machines. Look at these stones. 2 million years ago in Africa, this was our first step toward our technological present. These stones extended our bodies, allowed us to overcome our limits. They allowed us to go beyond ourselves, to thrive and to survive. And from those days until now, tools have always been present in our lives, evolving faster and faster, exponentially. And as our tools are getting more and more sophisticated, our lives are becoming easier, thanks to this unstoppable advance of technology. But even as our tools become more elaborate, one thing has never changed. Our tools are passive. We have to tell them exactly what we want them to do. Now here's something I'm sure you all have on you right now. On an average, we use it 150 times per day, with millions of times more computing power than NASA had to get to the moon. Still, this technological wonder remains passive. We have to physically input what we want it to do using our fingers on a tiny keyboard. And even when we have a voice interface like Cortana or Bixby or others, you still have to explicitly tell it what you want. There's no way around it. This tool, this wonder, is still passive. Now look at this. Here's an automatic door. You walk up to it, it opens. You walk away from it, it closes. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to ask. Now imagine that every time you went through a door in a shopping mall, you had to struggle like this. And actually, we do struggle like this every day in ways we find hard to perceive. Look at these people here. Could be you, could be me, could be any of us. How many times have you had to stop in the street to type something on your phone? Using one hand, your thumb, making corrections, correcting your autocorrect, oblivious to your surroundings. And this time that we use, this time that we waste digging and searching and struggling with this device, will never come back. It's almost as if time has become the currency that we have to use, the price we have to pay to use technology. And why do we waste so much time? Well, because we're in a mobile world now, surrounded by touchscreens, and we've lost the convenience of having a physical keyboard and a mouse. Things that used to be easy to do on a computer now seem slow and complicated on a phone. And soon the mobile world won't be limited to your phone. Tomorrow, think of VR, AI, AR, and these other things we've seen in these halls around us. All these connected devices. We need to invent new ways to interact with our devices. Enter Predictive AI. Now, this is about to change your lives. For the first time, your interactions with technology will go from being purely passive to being predictive. Machines are becoming intelligent enough, smart enough to anticipate your needs. Remember that automatic door? That's where we're going. Now, how will we make this magic happen? Well, let's first take a look at how we, humans, predict things. Look at this scene. How do you understand this scene, and what do you think will happen next? Well, obviously, it's a proposal, and things are looking good. I think she might say yes. But how do we know that? What do we get from this scene? How do we know that what's going to happen next? Well, here's how we humans do it. We see two people, a man and a woman. He's looking at her. He's opening up a ring case. It's a scene that you've seen in countless romantic movies. And these words on the screen are the concepts that are activated in our minds that allow us to understand the context. And then we match up this context with things we've seen in those past, all those romantic movies, and they allow us to predict future scenarios. So context, past context, future scenarios. But said in a more scientific way, we connect the dots. And we do this using our brain, of course. Our brain works like this. Our right hemisphere takes in all the raw data, and then it goes into the left hemisphere, which filters out the noise. It converts the raw data into concepts that we store, and then focuses on the things that are important for decision-making. Thanks to this very complicated machine, we can connect the dots, understand what's happening, and we do all this through something that we all know, language. Language is the basis of our intelligence. Not only used to communicate with others, it's how we think, it's how we plan, it's how we dream. It's even how we make unconscious decisions. The concepts that we are able to manipulate in language allow us to understand context. And context is the key to making good predictions. It allows us to interpret things, to find out what's important. Two different contexts for the same thing lead to two opposite conclusions. This pizza slice, is it food or garbage? Context is everything. You need to get it right in order to understand what's happening. And that's exactly what we do at Biggerpan. We analyze your current context to understand what you do on mobile and make instant predictions that allow you to save time. Our technology anticipates what you need so you don't have to search for it. Let me show you an example. If you're reading an article about a movie like Star Wars, just press the magic button, and it will instantly offer you to watch trailers or to buy tickets. And once you have your tickets, you can press the magic button again and find restaurants near your theater. And finally, once you've chosen a restaurant, just press the magic button one more time to request an Uber to take you there, without entering the address. It's like magic, and it works with everything. The key to understanding context, of course, is language, as I said, and natural language processing, or NLP, is that branch of artificial intelligence that deals with human language. I've been working in this field for 30 years. We use a collection of linguistic and machine learning techniques to extract meaning from text. And this meaning allows a computer to understand language and to communicate with humans. One of the techniques we use most often is called named entity recognition, which consists in identifying terminology in text. We use machine learning to create models that recognize names of people, places, movies, products, etc. Another technique is called distributional semantics, which embeds words in a numerical space that a computer can understand. We convert words into vectors, and the space or the distance between words corresponds to the distance between vectors in this space. Corresponds to the similarity. And you can use these vectors, for example, if we find the relationship between a king and a man in these vectors is the same relationship between man and a queen. At Biggerpan, we started working with native text, like newspaper articles and web pages. But with machine learning, we can extract concepts and text from images, from videos, from voice. We have the ability now to extract text and concepts, and we can convert everything into language. And once we convert it into language, we can use that to make predictions. Then we can go further and refine our evaluation of the context by adding your personal information into the mix, your geolocation, your personal tastes. And all this information is combined into a pattern that's fed into a neural net, which combines them and outputs the prediction. And we do that all privately and anonymously. So this is really the beginning of a new age where predictive artificial intelligence will transform our lives, making the use of technology easier than ever before. And this use, of course, will be smoother. and it will augment us, helping us to build things and to communicate faster. And thanks to the power of our mind, we'll be able to feel that connection more rapidly with other people and with ourselves. And with predictive AI, we actually feel more free and more human. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right on the nose, 10 minutes exactly. So very good punctuality by all of our contestants. Now let's find out which one you think wins. I'm going to ask all to please come back on stage. All three groups, individuals and groups. Thanks very much. I'm get you lined up over here. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read out the name again of each innovator or innovation that has been presented. Then I'm going to ask you to clap in order to tell us whether you think that particular one was the most convincing, the most interesting, the most promising. You are going to clap for the winner, and the loudest applause will tell us which group wins. And I'm happy to tell you it's not going to be me who's deciding which applause is loudest. We're going to do this in a very scientific way, because here at IFA Plus we do believe in the power of empirical evidence and objective truth. So we're going to have this measured by Katrin, who has a decibel measuring microphone with her. And Katrin is going to be wielding this technology to determine where the loudest applause occurs. Okay? So let's get ready, and I am going to start out with Illusion Walk's immersive deck. That was Jim Rugier, who would say that is the most compelling of the innovations that we just heard about here today. Please applause if you think that's the winning one. Okay, so Katrin is committing that number to memory, or no, indeed, she's writing it down. There we go. Now, moving on, we have Freihand Labor's Kurt chatbot, which organizes meetings. Who would say that's the winning one amongst these three very clever ideas? Please clap now. Okay. And finally, we have Biggerpan's Predictive AI Technology. Please clap now if you think that's the winning innovation we just heard about here today. The question is whether cheering distorts our decibel reading. I would say not. I think we'll allow the cheering. We've taken the decibel readings. The winner is Biggerpan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we do have a little prize here for our winner, and I'm looking around. Aha, there it is. Okay.
It's a robot. Is it Kurt?
It's not Kurt. No.
That's next year. Kurt's coming out next year.
It's something very unique to Berlin, and we're not going to tell you what it is. You get to open it later and be surprised.
Okay,
and thanks so much to all of you for surprising us with your really very, very interesting new ideas. And by the way, the decibel levels were really pretty close together. We had 90, 83, and I think in the middle 78. So congratulations to all of you, and good luck with your innovations.
Thank you very much.
And
thank you.
Warm congratulations to you.
Thank you. And good luck.